Hey! I just picked up fish and chips from Gordon Ramsay's fish and chip restaurant at the Linq in Las Vegas. Let's get to eating. With my luck, so I'm in the parking lot and you have to pay to park, but I feel like with my luck, I'm gonna have a security guard come and ask me why I'm parked all Willy Wonka, because in the background, I don't know if you can see, it's a huge lot, but I'm like in the back where there's nobody else. And so I can already see someone coming up, tapping on the window and being like, ma'am, what are you doing? You can see the Ferris wheel in the back. So I'm very excited. Oh my god, there's sauce everywhere. Well, my car is gonna smell like fish and chips for an entire week. It comes in this little bag, but the sauces are like spewing out everywhere. All right, French fries. The sauces. Oh my god. I told the girl to pick out her favorite two sauces. I obviously wanted a tartar sauce, but I said, whatever else you like, throw it in the bag. I don't know if this is gonna be a smart idea. Ugh. There's literally sauce everywhere. All right. Cute, cute, cute. It's so crispity, crunchity. Look at that. Oh my god, it's so hot. That was so good. It's a little greasy. Oh my god. It's like perfect. I should have asked for more sauce. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be cold, but it's still really hot. They were busy. When I went in, they already had like a batch of fish already cooked, and I thought, we're going to get some cold ass fish. But that's not the case. I feel like recently everyone's kind of been going through the same kind of crisis, and that 2020 has been the worst year ever. But I think that kind of stems from a self-realization that you were really forced to have when you were locked in the house by yourself. I think. I know for me, the one thing it really made me reflect on is my singleness and how I've never been scared of dating or like being in a relationship, and right now I'm absolutely terrified of it, and I don't know why. Like everybody that I meet, I just want to shut out. I'm like, nope, not ready, sorry, which is fine. And I'm glad that I'm glad that I know that I'm not ready, and I can see that, and I respect that in me. But it's also like, I'm not gonna get any younger. I'm gonna turn 29 in the beginning of 2021. So if not now, when? What's gonna happen? It's weird. It's a weird situation. I'm like, I was hungry, I was very hungry, and now it's just like too heavy. It's fried, which normally I don't mind, but it is a lot. The fries are so good. With this Southwest ranch dip she chose. It's so good. Alright, second piece of perfectly cooked Gordon Ramsay chip. Excuse me, fish. I actually met someone, my coworker set us up, and he's my age. I'm actually like 9 months older than him, which is a first in a long time for me to date somebody who's my age. On paper, he's perfect, and I would love to maybe one day introduce him to my family, if we got to that, but I also feel like he's not all that emotionally intelligent, and that's my biggest ask. That's all I want. I mean, I will date a tree monster. I will date somebody who is a janitor. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But all I ask is that you are emotionally intelligent enough to understand me and my feelings, and also understand what it is that I want and need in a relationship. Recently I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends, Irene, who is married, and she really put a couple things into perspective for me as far as how when you're married, you do things you don't necessarily want to do, which obviously it's a give and take. But she says that the thing that makes her husband really, excuse me, the thing that makes her husband really happy is coming home to a clean house. And if dinner is made and he comes home to a clean house, that's like his biggest want and ask in the relationship or in their marriage. And she says, you know, that's not my love language. Like, I wouldn't get excited if he did that for me, but because I know that that's his top priority, I do it for him because I want to make him happy. I totally agree with that. But I feel like a lot of men don't think that way, and a lot of men wouldn't be able to understand that. Like, Alex loves little notes, and Alex loves to be reminded throughout the day of like how much she's cared for. Like, that's just communication, and words of affirmation is my love language. That's all I ask. But if somebody doesn't do that or doesn't understand that I need that, then I don't think our relationship would really work. So back to this guy. He's really cool. The conversation is great. It's really easy to talk to him. However, the conversation is centered around him a lot. A little too much. Oh, I should have locked my doors. He also doesn't live here. He lives in LA, which I'm going to be 29. I'm going to be 29, and I don't want to do a long distance relationship. That's something you do when you're in college, when you're 21, 22. I don't see myself doing that at 29 and it working. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic. I also don't think I have the energy to date again. And I know, like, I've seen memes recently where it's like, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy to go through the Rolodex of questions and ask and get to know somebody and like know what their favorite color is. And it's not even that I don't care to go through that, but I've never really been a big dater. I don't like to date. I've never liked dating ever. In my early 20s, in my teens now, I'm just not somebody who does that. So to have to do that and to get into it seriously with someone, just seems like not. That seems like it's for the birds. So with what I know and what I've seen so far from this guy over the last 2.5, 3 months, do I proceed? Do I cut it off? Because I feel like cutting it off would make me feel like I didn't really give it a fair shot. But at the same time, I don't want to spend my days off driving back and forth from here to LA, waiting on him to come see me in Vegas. It's just not... I feel like the relationship would kind of almost always be on pause. Like you're waiting to get to know them when they're here. And you can't ever really develop that continuation of like, okay, we saw each other last night, we're going to pick up where we left off and get to know each other more. I don't know. The worst part is that I know there's no rush because I'm not even sure if I want kids yet or not. But what if I do? When am I going to have kids? When does that come into play? It's just a mess. Especially as a millennial, like dating with our generation is so weird and it's so not what our parents did. I thought my mom had me late, and I would always roast her when I was younger in school. And I would be like, you had me when you were so old. And guess how old she was? She was 28. So we're gonna be the 30 and single club soon. I feel like for the most part there is an idea of what we want, and then that cliche of someone coming and all those expectations just get blown out of the water, which is true. I can totally see that happening. I understand that, you know, your dream man doesn't always come into fruition, but I feel like you have to have standards and kind of stick to that and not just settle. That's not, we're not doing that here. I feel like Charlotte from Sex and the City, where she's crying and she says, I've been dating since I was 15. Where is he? And to an extent, I don't know if that's how I feel. Because I don't know. Am I ready to sit here and like get married and be serious with someone forever? That's just another concept in and of itself. I feel like the thought of being with somebody forever is so outdated, based on old traditions that no longer apply to our society. I feel like as humans, we're not supposed to be monogamous, and I don't mean to sound like, you know, I'm on a Joe Rogan podcast or anything, but I just feel like we're not supposed to be with somebody forever. Whether it's because we outgrow the person or because we're never really, I don't want to say satisfied, but I feel like everybody gets that itch. Everybody gets that wandering eye. And for a certain amount of years, yeah, you're happy and, you know, you don't stray. But I just have seen so many situations where one person cheats. It doesn't matter who it is, but somebody gets hurt, or, you know, you just don't have things in common anymore, which is totally normal. I expect to continue to grow as I age and get older, but to expect somebody else to grow with me at the same pace and keep up and still like who I am when I am growing, that's just a lot to ask out of somebody. And I'm just not sure if that's realistic, especially, I mean, with all the technology and access to our exes that we have on Instagram and Facebook, and God knows what else is going to come up in the next 10 to 20 years. But it's like, we are a completely different situation than what our parents had or what our grandparents had. We are in a different situation than what they had. And I don't see relationships lasting because of these technologies. And I don't know what it is, but the thought of like somebody seeing me film myself is the cringiest thing ever. And I've been doing this since high school. Like I was on the broadcast team in high school and I did the morning announcements, no problem. Would be able to shoot outside and have people watch, no problem. Interview people, not the end of the world. But like the thought of somebody watching me film myself is like, I just want to jump off of the stratosphere. As I was saying, I just don't know. I don't know about marriage. And to put children through that with a divorce, possibly, is something that I don't wish on anyone coming from a family that went through a divorce and whose divorce was pretty seamless. Like I didn't have drama. We had a little bit of drama, but there wasn't any like, oh my God, my parents are splitting up, I'm so sad. Like I don't even think I cried when that happened. I was 12. But to put anybody through that, to put a kid through that is just, no, thank you. And I understand like better to have loved and lost than have never loved at all. Totally on board with that. 100% agree. It's just gonna take somebody really special to change my mind and come into my life and just sweep me off my feet to where I trust them and I want to do that with them and just completely say, yeah, let's give in, let's do it. I don't know. It's scary. Oh, God, yeah. I'm like, I feel gross. And I don't eat clean. Like I had bread pudding last night for dinner along with a sea salt chocolate chip cookie from Trader Joe's after dance class. Like I am not the epitome of health here, but this is just like, oh, it's a lot. And I still have like a whole thing with fries and stuff. I'm just gonna maybe go to my mom's house and give it to her because I know she would love this. Definitely recommend if you are here in Vegas to come try it out. But like, who would want to eat this and then walk the strip? I mean, I think that's like the only way I would be able to eat it is knowing that, okay, yeah, we're gonna go walk this, feeling off. Oh. As I shove another fry into my mouth. All right. Yeah, also the lids is a problem. Like, I'm not swinging the bag. The napkins are nice though. I love it when a restaurant has quality thick napkins. That's my favorite. It's just like luxury. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching and we will see you in the next one. Bye.